For our project, we wanted to focus on the scary possibility of not having enough water here in Texas to sustain future generations. We wanted to find out who's in charge of our local water supply and what they're doing to conserve it for us. We decided to go and find out for ourselves if we thought that our water was in good hands.
This is the first page of the Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District Water Conservation Plan. In it emphasizes the importance of public education. It tells the groundwater availability estimates and the conservation goals, which include goals for retail, agriculture, industrial users, and the public education program. It mentions the best management practices agriculture can use and how the plans were implemented. We need to find out if these plans are indeed in action.
We're here at the Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District office here to interview Mr. Alan Day, who is the general manager here.
We're going to find out a little bit more of the Brazos Valley Water Conservation Plan and see what happens.
We're here today with Mr. Alan Day, and he's now the general manager of the Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District. He's class of 1977 from Texas A&M University. He graduated with a degree in animal science. He then in 1980 graduated with a master's degree in animal science. From then he worked in Agriculture Extension Service and was a ranch manager in Meridian, Texas. He's been a board member of the Middle Trinity Groundwater District, and he's now come here to serve with us in Hearne, Texas, on the Brazos Valley.
Appreciate your coming.
Thank you.
What is the purpose of this water conservation plan?
Each time an individual comes to the district and wants a permit for water, they have to go through a permitting process, and one of those things is that you have to provide a water conservation plan to the district saying we need the water, we need this much water for beneficial use, and here is our water conservation plan. The cities, Bryan College Station, any of your water supply corporations, they are more than glad to, and they are required by TCEQ to have a water conservation plan as well as a drought conservation plan, or drought contingency plan. That's the purpose of the plan.
All right. And has the public seen this plan? Because I did see that there was a lot of public involvement in the revised plan that came out in
Certainly,
November.
and we provide, it's always up on our website. It's there for view. Whenever anybody comes in for a permit, we provide them with a copy of it and make them aware of here are the things you've got to do to fulfill, to have a permit that is administratively complete.
And so what kind of things are you doing as far as public education about water usage and conservation?
We're doing a great deal here in this district. Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District encompasses all of the land area within Brazos and Robertson counties. So we have a very urban county to the south. In Brazos County, we have a very rural here in Robertson County. So education of the public takes lots of forms. Farmers, let's take them for example. We're working now with the Texas Water Institute, with the Experiment Station, with the Extension Service to get them to help us as we educate farmers about how do we more efficiently water, timely watering, land leveling, tailwater pits when you flood irrigate. Start at the high end, it goes to the low end, and then there's water that's not absorbed. And we're encouraging and educating farmers to go to a pivot whenever possible, because you can use your high efficiency LIPA systems, that kind of thing. We educate our district-wide, our 5th grade classes. We have what's called Major Rivers. It's a curriculum that's been put together by the Lower Colorado River Authority. We're trying to change the minds and teach the minds young. It's difficult for me as an adult to change my habits. It just is. I mean, you get set in your habits, so it's hard to turn the water off when you're brushing your teeth. I do now, but I haven't for many years. Okay, so it's those kinds of things that we can teach those kids. It teaches them the water cycle. Where does your water come from? It's not just turn on the tap. It's here's where your water comes from. Here's how it gets to you. Here's what water quality is all about. Teach them about what an aquifer is and why that's important. Our district, 99% of the water that is used in any form or fashion in this district comes from groundwater.
Has the plan been successful so far, would you say?
Yes, the plan, it serves its purpose in that it gives people a roadmap to, here's what we expect. Here are the things we expect. We want to avoid waste. You want your beneficial use, but avoid waste.
Okay. What is your personal opinion about the Texas water crisis in general?
I think Texas is in a position right now that is critical that they do something with the state water plan. We've got to fund the state water plan, and there's things going through the legislature now to possibly get that funded. In 1997, we said we have a state water plan, and we've gone through 3 different planning cycles and still have no funds to fund the plan. The 2011 drought, which we're still not out of, it is not over. There are a lot of people think that it's all done. If you'll look at the drought map on our website today, you'll see that every day it's creeping and getting bigger. There's little or no part of the state that's not under some level of drought today. Everybody's got to drink. Everybody's got to drink water. And either you're going to get it from our groundwater or you're going to go buy it at the store. So it's the number one most important thing in my mind. And I think you're going to see water become just as valuable as oil and gas.
So then my next question is, what do you feel like the future holds for Texas water regulation?
You're going to see every form of way to make water available for public water supply, for oil and gas fracking. You're going to see every avenue explored as far as regulation is concerned. We already see desalination bills coming through this Senate and House now. They won't be completely defined in this session. It'll take a couple of sessions to get to the point of where we have real desal bills. But they're looking at areas where, okay, let's identify where brackish water is, brackish water zones, so that we can allow San Antonio water system. That probably didn't answer your question. I got an awful time.
No, if you could express anything to the youth, especially focusing on the students that are focusing on environmental and water concerns, what would that be?
Water is going to be the number one most important thing they can possibly get into. I understand there's chemicals out there, there's air, but everybody has to drink, and you want to be able to drink high quality water, and there's lots of places in the world where they don't have that. We've got to take care of the water we have, and a groundwater district is the perfect place because we are charged by the state of Texas to conserve, preserve, protect, recharge the aquifers, and avoid the waste of the water.
So after going to the Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District's office in Hearne, Texas, we were able to really understand their purpose and why they're here. And their purpose is to provide for the conservation, preservation, protection, recharging, and prevention of waste of groundwater and of groundwater reservoirs or their subdivisions, and to control subsidence caused by withdrawal of water from those groundwater reservoirs or their subdivisions. So, in conclusion, we can't trust the people with our water. Valley Groundwater Conservation District Office. Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District Office. Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District Office. Brazos Valley Office. Brazos Valley Groundwater Conservation District Office.